Hello and welcome. If you've been looking for a simpler path, a way to quiet down all the noise and just find a little more ease in your day-to-day life, then I think you're in the right place. Today, we're going to explore a really beautiful, timeless practice for doing just that.
Just take a moment and sit with that question. Does your mind ever feel heavy? I'm not talking about being crushed by some huge problem, but more like a feeling of being weighed down, by that constant hum of thoughts and worries and just the general busyness of life. It's the little things, isn't it? That slightly impatient word you said, or a quick judgment that flashed through your mind, maybe a little promise you made to yourself that you didn't quite keep. When we don't look at these moments, they just accumulate. They become this kind of mental clutter that weighs on our hearts, sometimes without us even realizing it's happening. But what if there was a simple way to clear out that clutter? A gentle, honest way of accounting for our inner world? Well, that's what we're going to explore together. It's a beautiful concept called a ledger for the heart. At its core, this whole practice is just beautifully simple. This isn't about harsh judgment or keeping some kind of cosmic score. Not at all. It's really just a private, honest conversation you have with yourself. It's about noticing, plain and simple. Acknowledging the good you put out into the world, and also seeing the areas where maybe you could be a little kinder or a little more patient. And this practice has some really deep roots. It was championed by a scholar who, for a long time, believed his destiny was completely set in stone. But through this daily habit of self-reflection, he actually discovered that he had the power to change his own heart. And by doing that, he ended up changing his entire life. It's just such a powerful reminder that these small, consistent actions can lead to huge transformations. So how do we actually do this? The best part is it's not a huge commitment. We are talking about a simple 5-minute ritual that you can do just before you go to sleep. It's a way to help you let go of the day and get ready for a more intentional tomorrow. It's really just 3 simple steps. So first, you just write down one good thing. It can be tiny. Maybe you let someone merge into traffic, or you held back a comment you were about to make. Then you acknowledge one shortcoming. And again, keep it small, maybe a moment of impatience or a fleeting judgmental thought. And finally, you set one gentle intention for the next day. Something like, tomorrow I will practice listening just a little more.
And that's it. You honestly don't need a special journal or anything fancy. You can use a note on your phone, a scrap of paper. The tool really doesn't matter. It's the act of honest reflection that does all the work. You could literally do this right now.
Now, I know what you might be thinking. This seems almost too simple, right? How can writing just 3 little lines a day create any real change? Well, there's a really beautiful, subtle process at play here. Let's break it down.
The very first thing that happens is awareness. See, when you write something down, you can't really ignore it anymore. It forces you to look at your own patterns, both the good and the not so good, with real clarity and honesty. There are no excuses, no rationalizing it away. You just see what is.
And once you start to see these patterns clearly, something really powerful starts to happen. You become conscious of them in the moment. So when you find yourself about to repeat an old habit, a gentle little voice inside might say, "Ah, there's that thing again. I remember writing about this." And that tiny moment of awareness gives you the freedom to choose a different path.
And here is the beautiful result of all this. As your mind begins to change, your actual experience of life changes with it. As you consciously choose more good and gently release your shortcomings, that inner weight we talked about at the beginning, it just starts to dissolve. Life simply begins to feel lighter. And that's the ultimate goal, isn't it? To move through our days not with a heavy heart, but with a sense of ease and grace and inner peace. To walk lightly in the world. This beautiful verse just captures the whole essence of the practice so perfectly. It's a daily rhythm, reflecting at night, setting a gentle intention in the morning, and then carrying that lightness with you all through your day. So this isn't just a theory or a nice idea to think about. This is an invitation, a real invitation to begin this simple, powerful practice for yourself, starting tonight. So just for a moment, what's one small thing you'll write down? What was one small moment of kindness you offered today? Or one tiny shortcoming you can acknowledge with compassion? Your journey to a lighter life can begin with that one single, simple entry. If you found this sharing helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss what we explore next. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Walk lightly.